So welcome back. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I posted another video, but I wanted to give you a quick update. This will just be a short video. I want to catch up to speed on what I'm doing. Over my Christmas break, I mentioned that I was going to do a bunch of work on the Scamp, trying to get it for paint. The Scamp there, and I didn't get anything done with it. I got distracted with other projects trying to get stuff done, and then I've talked to the guy at the machine shop. He's not even going to be ready for it probably till next month or the month after, so I don't know when the engine will be done. And then trying to get stuff done with the property. The county has actually kicked the paperwork back to me, so I've had to go over it with the engineer again, civil engineer again, and then now I've had to get a environmental survey. So it's going. I'm hoping to have the permit to at least move dirt by March. The county's widening the road in front of my property, and I want to get their dirt, the excess dirt they'll have. I'm trying to get a hold of their dirt because I have some low spots to fill. So it's kind of a race against the clock to get the permits before the county starts on the project again. So we'll see what happens on that. And then, and the next thing is, I've started working on the truck, and I've got a cylinder head mocked up on the bench and exhaust manifold. And oddly enough, and I need to find out, this is the same manifold I had ceramic coated, and we had a bunch of freezing here, and then it warmed up and there was a bunch of condensation under the engine hood and it rusted. So I'm not sure what the story is on that. I need to call them again, or I need to call them and see what they say is the story on that. But anyway, so that's there. The alternator is sitting where it is, and you remembered on one of the other videos, and I'll show you here in a minute, or in a little bit, the inlet side on the turbo, it hit right on the back side here. So I'm making a bracket to lift the turbocharger up. But so anyway, I need to go cut some brackets and make my bracket, or make the bracket that I need to go cut some metal angle iron to make a bracket to lift the turbocharger up. Oh, and that was another thing. I sent back the hot pipe that was on the lower turbo that came up to the upper, because I showed you one of the bolts were hitting the flanges, and the pipe hasn't come back yet. So I'm waiting for that anytime. So let me go cut some some metal to make some brackets, and then I'll come back and try to explain everything. So the metal you just watched me cut was originally 4" by 4" angle iron, and then I cut a piece of flat strap, and this measure, let me show you here. This here is just a bolt-on flange. You can see it there, it's bolted onto it, and I had to make I guess I should back up. I have to make a new hot pipe that comes off the turbo. I'll bolt everything up when I get to that point. I've got a few more things to do. before I can get there. But the other turbo goes down here, and then the exhaust pipe runs around it, and then it comes up. Now with the original hot pipe I had, it's not going to be long enough because the turbocharger has to come up a little bit. So I ordered a new flange. It's threaded on the inside there. It's 3-inch inside diameter. And then, so what I did was took a piece like this, it's just flat piece, and made it fit there on the side. So this was too short, so I had to make another piece. And then what I ended up with was something like that. So this piece here is way too long, but I wanted to give it enough room to where I could cut it off. I'm guessing it's going to be somewhere around here, or maybe up and even up a little bit, and then I'll angle cut it. But I'll put some cosmetic effect to it when it's all said and done. But so it's extra long right now. So this one here bolts to that piece there, and you can see the other side's already done, and then the turbo sits on top of that. So let me put this bracket onto it, and then I'll go and grab the turbocharger. Alright, here's the bracket assembled here. The distance in here is 6 inches. I know it seems kind of wide, but I was trying to get the angle iron to where the bolts was just on the outside edge of it. Let me give you this sample here. You can kind of see where the bolts are. So it looks overkill, I know that, and like I said, I'll end up cutting it down, and it only needed to be 2 inches taller than the original bracket that was there, and that one went right there. But it won't work for what I'm trying to do. So I have to get another one of these bolts tomorrow before I can bolt it on. And then let me show you, I think that is it. Let me show you the turbo on it real quick and where that sits. So I'll be right back. Alright, here I've got it mocked up. You can see that obviously this bracket's going to be way long. And then, like I said, originally the intake horn was sitting right down here, so it was going to run into it. And also the turbo came outward a little bit. But this one here is inward more, and it's closer to the valve cover. And then the exhaust housing was tipped a little bit. You can see on the bracket here, if I was to hold this flat, you can see that it's turned a little bit. So this works out to where it's flat, and then there's easily an inch clearance on the intake housing to the exhaust manifold. I don't know if you can see that in there. And then I'll probably have to modify it here a little bit just to get the clamp in there. If the clamp hits, I'm not sure. So with this being the intake horn being closer or higher up, it'll hit the air filter housing a lot easier. But you can kind of see that there, tipping it. So this just kind of gives an idea of where everything is at. I still have to drill the holes. I have to go to the hardware store and pick up a couple more of the Allen bolts, and then make some measurements where the holes need to be. But that'll take it in closer to the manifold and make it secured. And then what else? And then I'll hang the lower turbo on it, and then I can start making the hot pipe for it. And oh, here's this piece here. I've got a couple long pieces and a couple short pieces of the elbows, so that'll go down there. And then obviously this bracket here will be cut away, and then that will go up in there and probably come out there. I'm not sure, it'll have to be adjusted here somewhere as far as the height, but I'll have to bolt the lower turbo on before I can do that. So this is just getting you up to date on this, and I've got more fabrication to do. So anyway, that's all I've got for now. It's a lot easier to do a mock-up in the garage out of the cold weather, although it's not that much cold, or not that much warmer in here, but the light's in here. So just one more step and going in the right direction. So as I mentioned, this was going to be a real short video, just something to get you updated on it. I'm still working on it, but slowly. And anyway, with the property taking shape and all the bills coming in on that, I'm not going to be able to finish the scamp for the racetrack in July. So that'll have to go on the back burner for a little bit, and I'm trying to get the property going. But so that's all I've got for this one. I'll do some more work on putting another turbo on it and getting bolts done and more of the bracket shape to what it's going to look like, and then I'll put another video. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I will get the next video up as soon as I can.